A happy day to our dear students of San Isidro College, my dear alma mater. My name is Luda El Igbalik, 47 years old. I was a teacher by profession, but then after 14 years of teaching, both in public and private schools, I chose to live the missionary life. Year 2009, I joined the formation for lay people who wish to be sent to mission under the care of the Congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer, or the Redemptorists. After 9 months of orientation, I was accepted and sent to the different cities. First city was in Las Piñas, squatter area. Second city was in Cebu City, still in squatter area. And lastly, in Batangas City. My role was to organize and strengthen the basic ecclesial communities. So then, I did home or family visitation. I got the chance to know the family, their background, their situations when they invited me to have meals or to have dinner with them, or even slept in their houses. True enough, there were lots of things I learned, I realized. But then after 2013, I decided to pursue really my dream of going mission abroad. So I applied to the Missionary Society of St. Columban. I was interviewed, got the exam, all examinations, of course. And then because I passed, I underwent 9 months orientation again. Finally, I was sent to South Korea, 2014 to 2020. In South Korea, I did mission in 2 Korean parishes and to the migrant center. So I got the chance also to visit those elderly who lived alone. The sick, I got the chance to take care of them. I got the chance to bring one elderly to the hospital to buy her medicine, to assist her, of course, in walking. And I also got the chance to journey with the youth, the children, and of course our migrants. You know, in Korea, it was really very beautiful. And of course, I was able to be there this year, until this year. And finally, I'm back to our dear country. Now, you would probably ask, what is the best part of being a missionary? The best part of being a missionary is to being with people, to journey with people. As a missionary, I got the chance to journey with the rich, the poor, the educated, the illiterate, the proud, and the humble. What else? The healthy and the sickly. I got the chance to journey with those Catholics, non-Catholics, Christians, Muslims, atheists. I got the chance to, of course, journey with the children, the youth, and with the elderly. Now, why did I say it was the best part for me? Because it's being with people is a chance for me to learn more about the realities in life and how to deal with those realities practically You know, there are so many realities in life, like poverty, of course. In our country, poverty, um, let's say environmental pollution, say lots of injustices for our laborers who work under wages and receive wages which are very low. In Korea, I realized that they weren't that poor economically, but they were poor emotionally. Lots of their elderly were rejected by their own families, and they needed someone to care for them, to love them. And so even if I was a foreigner, they really invited me and they really welcomed me during my visitation. So then they, because of them, they taught me lots. I got a chance to be formed, to be taught. I got the chance to, I found it the opportunity to grow more mature in facing things, facing realities in life. And being with people is a chance to know them, and it's a chance for them to know me. It's a chance to lend a hand, to help, to comfort, to listen. It is a chance to love, especially those who need love. It's also a chance to be taught how to love. I thought that I know how to love, but these people I journeyed with had taught me what love is and how to love really. And so, my dear students, to love is our mission, whoever and wherever we are. Remember that. And while I journeyed with people, I wanted to share with you what Saint Teresa of Calcutta said. I must be willing to give whatever it takes to do good to others. This requires that I be willing to give until it hurts. Otherwise, there is no true love in me. And I bring injustice, not peace, to those around me. So that being with people is the best part of my being a missionary. The hardest the hardest part of my being a missionary. It's not easy to live in a family wherein there is no, let's say, whose livelihood was to collect garbages for them to be able to eat. Once in my life, I was able to sleep in their house because they welcomed me. But in those moments, I was so touched because they were so generous to give the little that they had. But for me, it was the hardest. I was broken-hearted, and I wonder how to help them. So, yes, with them, you will surely find ways and means to help them augment their economic status. Excuse me. While I was in Korea, learning the language was actually the hardest. You know, when you do the visitations, and then the elderly were so willing to share what they had, what they experienced, and you just couldn't imagine. You couldn't understand what they were saying, but I just allowed them to speak, to share what they had in their minds and in their hearts. But I was so honored, humbled, because they knew that I couldn't understand everything that they were saying, but they just really wanted someone to listen to them. That was the hardest. And as a missionary, if you fail to love, even the hardest, loving, even in a difficult situation, is the hardest for a missionary. And I have to remember another quotation by Mandy Hale. There is nothing more beautiful than someone who goes out of the way to make life beautiful for others. So young people, I dare you. Now, what factors would you consider most important when you choose or in choosing your profession? I only have three. One is passion. What is your passion? I love to teach my siblings when they were still young, and I love children, so that's why I decided to choose to study Bachelor of Elementary Education. For you, what is it that you really love? That when you do it, you find it so meaningful and you find that your heart is so happy. Find your passion, your motivation. Of course, when I studied, I dreamt of earning money. But then eventually I realized that money and success are not just a reason for you to become happy, peaceful, satisfied in your life. So when you choose your profession, I suggest that you can have these three motivations. One, let that your profession will bring you closer to our God who created you, who gave you your life. Second, will help you know yourself deeper and love yourself deeper. Third, your profession will bring you to serve God's people sincerely. That's it. And third, well, consider your qualifications, rather your capacities, your strengths. What are your capacities and strengths? You can never become an engineer if you are not uh, if you hate numbers, right? Or you can never be a doctor if you hate science or parts of the body. So you know your capacities, your strengths, and your limitations. And finally, money is never a hindrance to achieve your goal. Remember that. It's like work and pray. That's our motto as Isidran. Ora et labora. Pray and work and pray, and that will lead you to success. And to those young people who really want or who wish to become a missionary like me, well, start now. I started as a volunteer. I joined the Canossian volunteer program where I was youth, and then eventually, yes, I just wanted to get involved in our church activities, in our parish activities, and then, of course, I finished first my studies. But in my journey, I never forget to pray. Always remember that you need to deepen your relationship with God, whatever you have or whichever you are in. So if you're a missionary, then you really have to deepen your spirituality, your relationship with our God. So start now, do good now, make others' lives beautiful now, live with love now, love in order to live now. And I have one challenge for you, young people, or dear young people. September or October is not just, I think, month of vacation. This month we also celebrate the care for our creation. So then maybe you can help in that area. I think dare to be different. God bless you and thank you for listening to my sharing. By the way, I would like to show you this is the countries where, if you wish to be a Columban lay missionary, this is where you will possibly be sent to. Okay? So God bless. Thank you.